Hi Aries, welcome to your mid-July 2017 General Tarot reading. It's Raina here, and I was up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning, started your reading, and all of a sudden this horrendous noise appeared, and it was some kind of, I still don't know, I think it had something to do with some kind of construction work that they were doing down the block. So I had to start over again this afternoon when they left. And this is really an issue where I live. And I'm sure for a lot of you, leaf blowers, lawnmowers, a lot of development. And I feel that it's problematic, and that people who seek silence are finding that these things are disappearing. And so I don't know exactly how much more they want to do this, because even if you're not making videos, it's important to have that kind of meditative space and not have a constant assault on your eardrums, or at least a regular assault on them. Even when I'm walking down the street, lots of screeching, trucks and everything. It seems much more busy and everything like that. And so all of us participate in whether or not we live in a quiet or a noisy place. And I guess it also has to do with vibration and seeking like-minded souls who maybe they don't care if their grass is getting a crew cut every week. But yeah, I find it very disturbing. So I hope that, you guys don't think that I'm just ranting, but I had to get that off my chest, because I feel like in our quest for civilization, we lose a lot of serenity in the process. And all of us can choose to embrace silence in our own lives, and we should do so and take a stand against this noise pollution. Yeah, that's what it is, noise pollution. So having said that, I do have your spread out here because I'm starting over again. And the theme here for this last half of the month is represented by the Chariot card. And as I noted the first time around, the Chariot card is connected to Cancer. And as the period unfolds, starting in the middle of July, we still have the Sun in Cancer, we have Mars in Cancer, and your ruler is Mars. So Cancer is a fellow cardinal sign, and it rules your 4th house of home and family. So matters associated with that can really come to a head. With Mars, there can be this sense of doing battle with the past, with anything related to, I was going to say, like I just said, heavy machinery. If you're renovating your home and you're dealing with a lot of construction issues on your house, you may be hearing a lot of noises too. But it's also a card of victory. So it may be that you have won the battle, whatever that battle is, but you had to kind of really marshal your forces in order to do so, because you had a lot of things that maybe were interfering or distracting you. We have in the past position the Two of Pentacles, and sometimes this can be somebody who's working 2 jobs. With Pentacles, the issues usually are practical matters like work-related or money-related, trying to just stay afloat in some cases, or trying to, working 2 jobs to stay afloat, or just working 2 jobs because you have one job that's reliable, but the other one is more of a labor of love, and you're trying to make that be your main occupation, and in the meantime you're doing both. There are, obviously many different circumstances. Sometimes this can be a choice, a job offer, especially overseas. And it's I think that for some of you, it will be something that it will be this major change, because I did get a lot of major arcana cards for you. So it could be a very significant period, and you may see a lot of change in a short period of time with all these major arcana cards. We are having eclipses in August, and maybe you start to sense the change in July. They will take place in your 5th house with the concentration in Leo, 2 new moons in Leo. So the 5th house matters are having to do with creativity, love, like new love coming in, if that's something that you're looking for, children issues, even conceiving children, home business, okay? So something before that, you know, we have this kind of family stuff happening, and it can deal also with your home that you are, maybe you're trying to renovate your home, to sell it, or whatever's going on with you and that. But then we have here for the present time, the Wheel of Fortune. So this is what I'm talking about with all these major arcana cards. It's like things are lining up, and that alignment provides you a sense of feeling lucky, feeling like you have all your ducks in a row and everything is flowing the way you want it to. And I have to think too, like with Uranus in your sign, Uranus is going to stay in Aries for a couple of years. I think it's going to dip back or go into Taurus briefly and then come back into Aries. But Uranus is a wild card planet, and so when you have it in your own sign, there can be major sudden shifts that occur just within your own life in general, and you're up for that. You're down for that. You're a sign that enjoys looking forward, not looking backwards. So that's not scary to you. That's actually very exciting to you to have Uranus in your sign. But it can lead to very quick changes. I think the bottom line is expressed by the card that represents your higher message, your spiritual message, the Star card. And this is a card of renewed hope, faith in the unknown, and also feeling that you are being divinely guided and that your dreams are coming true because of that. And you may have had some kind of stressful situation that you've come out the other end with. And that also, I feel like the Chariot card is also kind of showing that, and it's right above that Star card. So with those outer planets affecting your sign as well, not to mention the transiting Cancer planets, that is all that cardinal energy that either squares you, opposes you. You know, you have Jupiter opposing you in your opposite sign of Libra. Now that may not be bad, but it can lead to a feeling of kind of like that Two of Pentacles. It's like a decision that you need to be made, that needs to be made, or maybe just kind of conflicting desires. And what crosses you is represented by the Judgment card. So this is a card of reaping what you sow. In the challenge position, it can be not seeing how you are a part of this. You know, you are very much a catalyst in your life. However, you sometimes do not recognize when you begin things in a negative way. In other words, some of the situations that may come about that have negative results, you may assume, you know, what did they do? And you didn't see your place in it. So as you change, as you grow, and as you experience, you also have to realize that it's not just the good things that come to you when you put energy into them. It's also the negative things. And any trace of some of the more negative qualities or challenging, let's say challenging qualities of Aries, need to continue to be weeded out of your personality so that you can experience more and more of that alignment that the Wheel of Fortune represents. Because I think sometimes maybe with you guys is that you just always are putting balls into the air. And that's kind of like the Two of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite deck is like a juggler. And that's kind of like how you are anyway. You're always doing things. So you're doing this, doing that. And doing is karma. Doing action. Karma means action. So anytime you do something, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's indifferent, that generates karma. And it's important to see how these things, you know, trace them to the root. And you're more interested in just like throwing things up against the wall and seeing what sticks. And it can work for you more times than not just because you are doing. You can't, you know, you can be the biggest genius in the world, but if you're just thinking about all these grand schemes, they're never going to come to fruition. Somebody like you may even have mediocre efforts, but at least you're doing things. And so that is good. But you also have to see how sometimes those things that you do may have negative consequences. And basically, I guess what I'm saying is learn to be more deliberate and thoughtful and less inclined to act in a rash manner. And then that way you will be able to not only trace cause and effect, but lessen the likelihood of making, taking action that is not inspired action, that is just kind of a reaction, all right? In some cases, this may even have to do with situations involving personal relationships, because the Judgment card could be, because I get this as a Knight of Swords, so this could be like a lawyer. And the main reason that I would think you'd consult a lawyer is regarding matters of marital, wanting to get divorced and things like that. So that could indicate that you have a judgment that goes against you, or if you have some other kind of a legal decision, but you may change lawyers to seek a retrial or whatever you call it when you go through the process again. I see so many good cards though that I think that even if you have a setback as represented by this Judgment card, that it's only temporary. And the outcome is one of my favorite cards, is the Magician. And the reason it's one of my favorite cards, and you see it's an 8, and that's the month of August. So maybe it's saying that in August, you will be able, this is the infinity symbol, by the way, but maybe it's saying in August, you will be able to take inspired action and do for self to the degree that you don't have to worry about what other people are doing and judgments and all that stuff. This is a card of you being self-empowered. And it's about not relying on outer circumstances to provide you your good, your sense of autonomy. And you're already like this, but perhaps there's some kind of a matter, maybe it's a legal matter, that is tying you down. Maybe you are are concerned about if you are getting divorced, that the money will be given to the other party and that will clean you out, or that you will lose from this. And basically what the Magician is saying is that you have this inexhaustible source, that there is no finite amount of money. Even if you have a certain amount of money in your bank, that is not set in stone. You can increase it today, tomorrow, based on what you do. And the Magician is all about doing for themselves, the number 1 card. You're the first house in astrology. So that is something, you know, as a cardinal sign, you tend to be very self-starting. You're not a dependent personality. But if somebody else outside of you is trying to get you to hand over something or to do something that limits your freedom or your sense of freedom, that can bother you. And so just realize that ultimately no one can do anything to you, that you always have that autonomy available at your disposal. And it's like being the alchemist, the magician. It's like you can turn a seemingly negative situation or a lack of resources into something grand by your own inventive mind. So, and your own Midas touch, you know. So, in any case, yeah, a lot of significant cards and possibly a turning point in 2017 for you. Aries, I wish you all the best. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, good luck to you for the rest of July. Bye.